Have you ever killed a plant? People said was easy to take care of. Maybe you thought you just had to water it occasionally, leave it by the window, and that was it. But then it wilted, dried out, rotted, and you just stood there wondering where you went wrong. Was it your fault? Or did someone lie about what a tough plant really is? The truth is, many plants sold as easy are, in practice, too delicate for the conditions of most homes. Low light, dry air, drafts, forgetfulness. All of that can kill them. But today, you're going to meet 15 houseplants that defy those rules. Plants that survive where others give up. Some are so tough they seem like they were made to withstand the end of the world. But beware. Behind that toughness, some of them hide secrets no one told you. And if even these die under your care, maybe the problem isn't the plant. It looks like an ordinary plant, the kind you walk past without noticing. But the ZZ plant is almost supernatural. Its deep green, glossy, waxy leaves hide a survival ability that borders on the absurd. It tolerates low light, dry air, and even weeks of total neglect. You can place it in windowless offices, dark hallways, or poorly ventilated rooms, and it'll still be there, strong as ever. Underground, it keeps a secret. Thick rhizomes like potatoes that store water and nutrients for long periods. That's why it can go so long without watering. And the coolest part? When you finally water it, it thanks you with a quiet, subtle but steady growth. No flowers, no drama. The Z's plant is pure resilience. But watch out for overcare. Water it too much, and it rots. Water it too little, and it just waits. It's not just a plant. It's a symbol of protection, of strength, and of absolute toughness. The snake plant has survived deserts, neglectful homes, even decades abandoned in cracked pots on balconies. Its long, stiff, sword-like leaves look like blades, always ready for battle. And in a way, they are. This plant tolerates almost anything: low light, dry air, extreme heat, even urban pollution. But what's most impressive is that it purifies the air while surviving. Yes, while you forget to water it, it silently removes toxins. No pruning needed, no constant feeding, and often, no attention at all. It's like it says, just leave me here and don't get in my way. But don't be fooled. If you insist on spoiling this warrior by overwatering, it will slowly rot as if disappointed in your weakness. At first glance, it looks innocent, a vining plant with heart-shaped leaves, in shades ranging from mossy green to golden streaks, like it's been hand-painted. But pothos has a survival instinct that impresses even seasoned botanists. It grows in pots, in water, in soil, hanging from the ceiling or trailing across the floor. Wherever you put it, it adapts. And more, it thrives. Even with low light, it stays green. Even with dry air, it stays alive. And if you forget it for weeks, it simply goes into pause, waits, silent, patient, like it's just storing energy for its next growth spurt. When you give it a little attention, a watering, a new spot, it responds with vigor, grows as if nothing happened. But don't be fooled by all that flexibility. Pothos is toxic. If you have pets or curious kids, it might not be as harmless as it seems. It looks delicate, almost fragile, with its small, rounded, shiny leaves. But Peperomia is an expert at pretending to be weak. Deep down, it's built of pure resilience. Native to tropical forests, it learned to survive under dense canopy shade, with very little direct light. That makes it perfect for dim indoor spaces. It not only tolerates, but prefers them. Its succulent-like leaves store water, meaning it doesn't need frequent watering. And more, it almost never attracts pests. It's as if it learned, over time, to become invisible to natural enemies, It grows slowly, but steadily, without needing pruning, without making a mess, without drama, almost like a quiet companion, always there, always steady. But don't rush it. Too much fertilizer or light can turn its leaves yellow and make them fall. Peperomia teaches us that sometimes less is more. You can forget about it, literally. Put it in any random corner, barely getting any light, and forget to water it for days. And still the spider plant will be there, alive, green, growing. One of the most tolerant and generous plants out there. Its thin, arching leaves with white and green stripes may look fragile, but they're like botanical steel wires. Tough, flexible, and nearly indestructible. What's fascinating is that even in poor conditions, the spider plant tries to reproduce. It shoots out runners with baby plants at the ends, like it's saying, "No matter what happens, I'll keep going." This ability to propagate so easily makes it a favorite among both beginner and veteran gardeners. And there's more. It's a great air purifier, even recognized by NASA. But be careful with too much love. Soggy soil is its weak spot. It forgives neglect, but not drowning. Don't let the name or its serene appearance fool you. The peace lily is a plant of extremes. It can bloom indoors with little light and sparse watering, and still offer lush green leaves and pure white flowers like veils. But all that peace hides some drama. When it's thirsty, it faints. Its leaves droop so theatrically, you'd think it's dying. But it's just asking for help. Water it, and within hours it springs back to life, like nothing ever happened. This ability to signal its needs makes it ideal for beginners. It's almost like a living manual. It shows how it feels. If it's green and upright, all good. If it wilts, it's time to act. Simple as that. Plus, it's one of the best natural air filters, silently absorbing toxins. Just don't push your luck. Direct sunlight scorches its leaves. Too much water floods its roots. And then, even it won't make it. It looks like it came from a parallel universe. Its round, perfectly circular leaves look like floating green coins. Hence the nickname, Chinese money plant. But Pilea isn't just about quirky and exotic looks. It's a discreet survivor, easy to adapt, and it offers a rare gift. Babies, lots of them, all the time. If it's happy, it'll sprout little shoots around its base like a proud mom surrounded by her kids. It loves indirect light, the kind that filters through curtains and casts soft shadows. It enjoys well-draining soil and moderate watering. But what's most surprising is how expressive it is. Its leaves tilt toward the light, rotating slowly throughout the day, like green eyes searching for the sun. That makes it almost interactive. You can see when it's happy or needs a little adjustment, but don't neglect it too long. If the soil stays dry for too long, it'll start dropping leaves, one by one, in silence. It's bold, bright red, vibrant pink, pure white. Its flowers look like wax sculptures, so perfect they seem fake. Anthurium is a plant that makes a statement, without even trying. But what few people know is that behind that almost luxurious beauty lies an extremely tough structure. It not only survives indoors with filtered light, it blooms repeatedly, even with minimal care. Adaptable, Anthurium tolerates temperature changes, irregular humidity, and even occasional forgotten waterings. Its thick roots store enough energy to get through stress periods. And despite appearances, it doesn't need complicated maintenance. Just indirect light, well-draining soil, and balanced watering. It takes care of the rest. But there's a dark detail. Its sap is toxic. If ingested or if it touches mucous membranes, it can cause irritation. A beautiful plant, but with a quiet poison, like many things in nature. The name might sound simple, but this plant carries a quiet elegance that transforms any space. Its long, arching leaves, in shades ranging from deep green to light yellow, create a mesmerizing contrast. The water dracena grows slowly, as if in no rush, and can reach impressive heights indoors, all with minimal care. It's the kind of plant you pot and then forget. And still it flourishes in silence. It prefers diffused light but can also handle light shade. It tolerates air conditioning, dry environments, and even minor overwatering. And here's the most curious thing. Its leaves speak. When happy, they shine. When distressed, they droop and turn dull. It's as if it speaks its own subtle, steady language. Learn to listen, and you'll rarely go wrong. But beware, its roots hate being waterlogged. Standing water in the pot is its invisible poison. Take care of that, and it'll take care of the rest. They are the ultimate survivors. They ask for almost nothing, but give everything. Sculptural structure, unique textures, mysterious spines, and sometimes blooms that seem to spring from nowhere. Cacti were built to endure. They come from deserts where life barely exists, and yet they thrive. Bringing one into your home means inviting a silent entity, accustomed to neglect, to share your space. They do need light. That's non-negotiable. But they're happy with the sunniest window you've got. Watering? Rarely. Once a month, maybe less. The soil should drain fast, like dry sand slipping through your fingers. And that's it. No misting, no frequent feeding. They prefer silence, time, patience. But don't be fooled by their compact looks. Spines can hurt, and excess water kills fast. You must respect the wild nature embedded in their DNA. It looks fragile, almost too ornamental to be real. Its leaves are an explosion of shapes and colors. Purple, silver, green, burgundy, as if painted by a detail-obsessed artist. But beneath that theatrical appearance, Rex begonia is a quiet survivor. It adapts well to indoor spaces, especially those with filtered light and little movement. And even with such flamboyant looks, it demands less than you'd expect. It dislikes excess. Not too much water, not too much direct light, and definitely not constant touching. Its leaves are sensitive to touch and moisture, preferring humidity in the air, not at the roots. A well-draining pot, a spot with soft shade, and it rewards you with a visual spectacle that shifts through the seasons. Each new leaf is a surprise. No two alike, but neglect it, and it shuts down. Leaves drop, colors fade, beauty turns into silence, and silence into abandonment. By day, it looks like just another pretty ornamental plant, with broad leaves marked by symmetrical patterns in green, burgundy, and light brushstroke-like veins. But when night falls, something strange happens. Maranta's leaves rise slowly, like hands folding in prayer. That's why it's known as the prayer plant, a rare, almost mystical behavior that hypnotizes observers. And although it seems too exotic for home care, it's surprisingly easy to grow. It tolerates medium to low light, needs moderate humidity, and loves sheltered corners away from drafts. If you forget to water it for a few days, it endures. If you move it, it adjusts. And if the environment is quiet enough, you can almost hear the faint rustle of leaves lifting at night, like a plant whisper. But don't ignore air humidity. In very dry spaces, its leaf tips burn, as if it's quietly suffering in silence. It looks modest, almost forgotten in pots around the world. But aloe vera holds ancient power. Its thick, gel-filled leaves have medicinal properties known for millennia. It heals burns, soothes skin, regenerates. But that's not all. This plant is also a survival specialist, built for scorching sun, dry soil, neglect, and still it thrives. Strong, steady, ready for anything. Indoors, it asks little. Plenty of light, spaced watering, and sandy soil. No pampering. Too much water and it dies. Too little, and it thanks you. It's a plant that teaches the value of limits and patience. It grows slowly but with purpose. Each new leaf is a reservoir of life and healing. But beware. Despite all it offers, if suffocated by constant moisture, it rots from the inside out, silently, like someone harboring resentment to the end. It commands respect, tall, with large veined leaves that look like green maps. The fiddle leaf fig is the kind of plant that turns any ordinary room into a designer magazine spread. But what few realize is that behind this imposing look lies an incredibly adaptable plant, if you understand its rhythm. It doesn't like abrupt changes or drafts. But if you find the right spot, it roots itself and grows like a quiet indoor tree. It needs plenty of indirect light, not much water, well-drained soil, and time, lots of time. Because the ficus doesn't move quickly, it watches, feels, decides whether to thrive. And once it does, it grows strong, sending out giant new leaves like a reward for your patience. But move it too often, or overdo the care, and it'll respond like an offended queen. It'll drop its leaves, one by one, until only silence remains. It breathes, literally. Its broad leaves, decorated with green and silver patterns, move throughout the day like they're alive. And they are. Calatheas are sensitive to light, humidity, sound, and touch. They seem demanding, and in a way they are. But what most people miss is that if you get the details right, they become some of the most loyal plants you can have. They respond with movement, with shine, with life. They like partial shade, consistently moist, but not soggy soil, and humidity in the air. They seem made for naturally lit bathrooms or quiet protected corners. They tolerate brief forgetfulness and even some changes, but demand respect. When the conditions are right, they show gratitude. Leaves rise at night, open during the day, and breathe with you, a living, sensitive, almost spiritual companion. But if you get it wrong, air too dry, chlorinated tap water, direct light, it doesn't scream. It just closes, silently, like someone saying goodbye without a word. Now you know them. 15 plants that defy logic, that survive where others wither, that grow even when ignored. Each with its story, its limit, its silent warning. If you've killed plants before, maybe you weren't listening to what they were trying to say. But these ones, they speak softly. And they live long. They don't need a professional green thumb or a picture-perfect home. They just ask for respect, observation, a bit of light, a bit of time, and maybe a bit less water. It's not about owning the perfect plant. It's about creating an environment where life, even the quietest kind, can bloom. Because in the end, it's not just about keeping a plant alive. It's about keeping something growing near you. Something to remind you every day that even in the hardest environments, there's still space for green to win.